You're listening to the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Brueski,
featuring former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, Neama Rahmani.
I want to talk about another aspect of this case, and that would be this right here. This is the document that outlines the conversation word for word that Judge Gull had with the attorneys for Richard Allen. I had a chance to literally read it line by line on the air earlier today. It was kind of boring. For Bradley, Rozzi and Andrew Baldwin, of course, the two attorneys who are quoted in here along with the judge. I'm curious, this has been out now for a little while. Your thoughts, now that we know exactly what happened in chambers with his attorneys, them being dismissed, and just kind of the overall direction of that conversation. Was it appropriate? Was Judge Gull in the right here to take these attorneys off of this case, despite the arguments that were made?
Now, I got to disagree with Judge Gull here. First, trying to keep these proceedings a secret. Listen, I understand why you have in-camera proceedings. If there's something attorney-client privilege, you don't want it to be disclosed in open court. Look, sometimes lawyers have a breakdown with their client or there's something they need to reveal to the judge and not to the public. But, you know, when the Court of Appeal asks for it, you better turn it over. That's a higher judge, number one. The second kind of issue I have with her is the issue in the case isn't the gross negligence. I mean, she didn't need to come out on record and say that Allen's attorneys committed gross negligence because, one, she doesn't know. She hasn't conducted an evidentiary hearing, talked to the folks who actually leaked the material, right? She's just basing it on, you know, the reports that the material is out. Could be someone that had access that shouldn't, or some staff member. But really, the issue in the case is now there's a potential conflict, right? Allen might be able to sue his lawyers, claim that they were ineffective. So it's that conflict that merits disqualification. You know, you're not the finder of fact here to say that, hey, you two lawyers, you guys are grossly negligent. So I think that was inappropriate and something I think that it wasn't necessary for her to get to where she needed to go, which is to get the lawyers off the case, and something I disagree with.
So if you were Richard Allen now, what would you do? What would you see to be the best path? Because he seems to truly believe that these two are the best for him, and they seem to think the same, and they're willing to work pro bono on this for the principle of it. Yes, he does have a potential case against them, but do you want to just keep going forward with who you believe is there to represent you and do it to the best of their ability, or do you go forward with the other assigned attorneys that have been put in place in this case?
Yeah, so if I'm Richard Allen and I really want these two lawyers, this is what I say. I mean, the pro bono doesn't really change the analysis, whether they're being paid or not. But what I say is this, Your Honor, this isn't an actual conflict. This is a potential conflict. And I am willing to make a knowing and voluntary waiver of that conflict in open court. You can ask me, I'm going to waive my malpractice claim. I'm going to waive any ineffective assistance of counsel claim. You're going to advise me of my rights, the right to file a lawsuit, the right to challenge my attorney's representation on appeal. I understand I have those rights, and I'm willing to waive those rights. In fact, I also have a Sixth Amendment right to choose the attorney of my choice. This is, I think we're talking about a potential death penalty case. Obviously, Indiana has a death penalty. So I want to choose my own lawyer, and I'm going to waive all these conflicts. So I think if we do that, you put the judge in a position where any conflict issue is resolved, and that way you'll be able to choose the attorney of your choice.
In the interest of Richard Allen and fairness here, and not any optics of someone either not doing their job or being negligent or this or that, should Judge Gull recuse herself on this? Should that part of this whole equation be reset at this point, now that we've already gone down this kind of dark, bizarro world?
I don't think so. I think judges make mistakes all the time. Judges aren't God. So that's what appellate courts are for. They get reversed. It comes back down. So, if ultimately a higher judge makes the right decision, I don't think a judge necessarily needs to get off a case just because they made a wrong ruling or they're reversed on appeal.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.